Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Committee on Commerce and Consumer Protection. We have a 9:50 agenda, which is a couple of measures to do some decision-making on. The first measure, I'd like to welcome Vice Chair Senator Chang, Senator Joy San Buenaventura, Senator Favela, and I think there may be one or two others joining us. We have this 9:50 agenda, and then we have a 10 o'clock agenda. So the first item on our 9:50 agenda, and we do have quorum, is Senate Bill 3057, Senate Draft 1. This came to us from EET, and it is relating to renewable portfolio standards, amends the definition of the standard to be a percentage of electrical energy generation rather than sales, requires the electric utilities to track and annually report data and trends on customer retention and attrition to further inform the calculation of renewable portfolio standards. I sent out some DM notes yesterday, so hopefully everyone had an opportunity to review them. So the chair recommends that we pass Senate Bill 3057, Senate Draft 1 with amendments. These were offered by Hawaiian Electric, but include language that HEI shall make, in addition to their language, their amendments. We want to include language that HEI shall make every reasonable effort to ensure that independent producers connected to the grid are converting to renewable resources within 5 years of the effective date of this measure, including but not limited to providing no more than a 5-year contracts for such producers to connect to the grid. And if producers cannot or will not shift to renewable resources, then obviously their contract will be not renewed. And we want to add a defective date of 7/1/2050, just to ensure continued discussion. Any questions or comments? Are you ready for the vote? So the recommendation of the chair is to pass Senate Bill 3057, Senate Draft 1 with amendments. Chair votes aye. Senator Chang?
Aye.
Senator DeCoite, are you on? She is excused. Senator Nishihara? Excused. Senator Gil Riviere? Excused. Senator San Buenaventura?
Aye.
Thank you. Senator Favela?
Aye.
I see Senator DeCoite. Do you want to be recorded on this measure? Senate Bill 3057 recommendation is to pass with amendments.
Yes, please.
Okay, are you an aye?
Aye.
Thank you very much. We have 5 ayes. Recommendation is adopted. Thank you, members. The next item on this agenda is Senate Bill 3107, Senate Draft 1, relating to the Residential Landlord Tenant Code. This came to us from Housing. Allows a landlord when processing an application to rent residential property to charge an application screening fee up to the maximum of $25 for the cost of requesting a tenant report or credit report for a potential tenant. Requires landlords to refund any unused amount of the application screening fee, and upon request, provide a receipt of the fee and a copy of any report obtained via the screening process to the applicant. The recommendation on this measure is to pass with amendments. This is a clarifying, we're going to take the clarifying amendment suggested by Catholic Charities. This measure came through Senator Chang's committee and is part of the governor's package. So the recommendation is to pass with the clarifying amendment suggested by Catholic Charities. And their clarifying amendments to set out when the landlord may collect the fee. And the language is the landlord may charge an application fee at the time that an application is being processed for a unit, will obtain personal reference checks, tenant reports, and credit reports. Any questions or comments? If not, the recommendation of the chair is to pass Senate Bill 3107, Senate Draft 1 with amendments. And chair votes aye. Senator Chang,
Aye.
Senator Decoit,
I,
Senator Nishihara is excused. Senator Riviere, excused. Senator San Buenaventura.
Aye.
Thank you. Senator Favela.
Aye.
Thank you, members. The measure is adopted, 5 ayes, 2 excused. And that brings us to the end of our 9:50 agenda. We have a 10 o'clock agenda, which is, by the clock I'm looking at, about 2 minutes from now. So we will we will adjourn the 9:50 and we'll be calling the 10 o'clock to order in a couple of minutes. 9:50 is adjourned. Good morning. We'll call the decision-making to order for March 1st, 2022 at 10 o'clock in room 229. This is a joint decision-making between the Committee on Commerce and Consumer Protection and the Committee on Judiciary. Nice to see everybody joining us this morning. The first item on our agenda is Senate Bill. Okay, let me just say who all I see on there so everybody knows. Vice Chair Chang, Chair Rhodes, Senator Keohkolole, Senator Ocasio, Senator Favela, Senator Gabbard, Senator Kim, and Senator Decoit, and Senator Lee. Is that did I get everybody? Okay.
So,
All right. So on Senate Bill 3001, Senate Draft 1, relating to sunscreen, we had a request from the AEN chair and the introducer of this measure to defer it indefinitely as new information had surfaced after AEN made their decision. So the recommendation on Senate Bill 3001 is to defer it indefinitely. The next item is Senate Bill 2290 relating to microbeads. Let me just add for the record that the chair of JDC and I have conferred on these recommendations. Since CPN is the lead chair, that's why I'm reading them off. Senate Bill 2290 relating to microbeads. This has to do with when they can continue to be sold or banned. And the recommendation is that we pass this with the, I'm sorry. On the other one, I neglected to ask JDC for their votes on 3001.
yeah, I'll defer it as well.
Okay, thank you. All right, now we'll go back to 2290 relating to microbeads. The chairs have conferred and recommend that we pass with amendments that were presented by the Hawaii Reef and Ocean Coalition and effect the date to 7/1/2050 to ensure continued dialogue on the bill's contents as amended. And we are going to insert that this goes into chapter 321 HRS instead of chapter 328 as per the request of the Department of Health. Did I miss anything, Chair?
I don't believe so. Thank you.
Okay, so for CPN, the recommendation on 2290 is to pass with amendments. Chair votes aye. Senator Chang,
Aye.
Senator Decoit,
I,
Senator Nishihara is excused. Senator Riviere is excused. Senator San Buenaventura. Senator San Buenaventura excused, and Senator Favela.
She's here.
Aye.
Joy, did you want to be recorded on that measure?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, adopted for CPN.
For
Chair,
JDC, thank you. For JDC members, the same recommendation. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members SB 2290 passing with amendments. Chair Rhodes.
Aye.
Vice Chair goes aye. Senator Ocasio.
aye.
Senator Gabbard.
Aye.
Senator Kim.
Aye.
Senator Lee.
Aye.
Senator Favela.
Aye.
Chair recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on our joint agenda is Senate Bill 2556 relating to milk production. This repeals Chapter 157, commonly referred to as the Milk Control Act. Chairs having conferred, the recommendation is to pass with amendments, technical and non-substantive from SMA, add a provision suggested by Senator Ocasio, the AG, and the Department of Ag to refund the balance in the fund, to refund license fees paid over the last 2 years to the licensees, and any remaining balance to the Department of Ag to work with the milk industry to promote cooperatives in order for Hawaii to continue to have locally produced milk. Any questions? And there's some text in there as well. Any questions or comments, concerns? If not, for CPN, the recommendation is to pass 2556 with amendments. Chair votes aye. Senator Chang,
Aye.
Senator DeCoit, Senator DeCoit, Senator DeCoit, you are muted. Okay, I saw her and then
There she is.
I,
thank you.
sorry, bad
Senator
connection.
Nishihara is excused. Senator Riviere, excused. Senator San Buenaventura,
Aye.
thank you. Senator Favela,
Aye.
thank you. 5 ayes, 2 excused. Measures adopted.
For JDC members on SB 2556, same recommendation to pass with amendments. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members voting on SB 2556 passing with amendments. With all members present, are there any reservations or no votes? Seeing none, Chair, all members of the Judiciary Committee vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on our agenda is SB 2977. This is relating to egg laying hens. This requires farm owners or operators to confine egg laying hens in accordance with standards established in this measure. It's effective 6/30/27. Prohibits a business owner or operator from selling shell eggs or egg products that are produced by egg laying hens that are confined in a cruel manner. The recommendation is to pass with amendments. There are some texts. We're going to defect the date to 1/1/2050 and note in the committee report the effective date suggested by many of the testifiers to actually go into effect was 1/1/2025. Any questions? We also are addressing DOA's concern about the language confined in a cruel manner. We're deleting that and substitute require business owner or operator who sells shell eggs or egg products produced by egg laying hens to follow the best practices for housing laying hens humanely to eliminate disease, increase sanitation, and protect from predators and the weather, with exceptions noted in the SB1. Any questions, comments, or concerns? If not, CPN, the recommendation is to pass SB 2977 with amendments. Chair votes aye. Senator Chang,
Aye.
Senator DeCoit,
I,
Senator Nishihara remains excused. Senator Riviere, excused. Senator San Buenaventura,
Aye.
Senator Favela.
Aye.
Thank you. Measures adopted.
For JDC members on SB 2977, recommendation is the same to pass with amendments. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members passing with amendments, again, with all members of the committee present, are there any reservations or no votes? Seeing none, recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next measure on our agenda, Senate Bill 2212, Senate Draft 1 relating to robocalls. Holds telecommunication service providers and third-party spoofing providers accountable for making certain robocalls and spoofing unlawful. The chairs, having conferred, recommend that we pass this with tech, non-substantive amendments for purposes of clarity and consistency, and defect the date to 7/1/2050. Any questions or concerns? Hearing none. Noting the excused absence of Senators Nishihara and Riviere, are there any no votes or reservations from the other members present? Hearing none. CPN has adopted that. Chair Rhodes?
Thank you. For SB 2212 for JDC members, same recommendation, pass it with amendments. Questions or concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
Members passing with amendments, are there any reservations or no votes for Judiciary Committee? Seeing none, Chair, recommendation adopted.
Thank you. The next item is Senate Bill 2468 relating to housing discrimination. This came to us from Housing and GBO and allows counties to prohibit discrimination against renters based on their source of income. The recommendation is to defer this indefinitely because Senate Bill 206, Senate Draft 2 has already crossed over to the House, and Senate Bill 2399 on a similar topic are passed out of CPN to JDC. Any questions or concerns? If not, the next.
I'll defer to.
Thank you. The next item on our agenda is 2124, Senate Draft 1. This came to us from GOV and Health and is relating to noise control. Establish or enhances the control of low-frequency noise emitted from establishments regulated by the Liquor Commission, county liquor commissions, setting a maximum permissible noise level, clarifies that emission of noise exceeds the maximum permissible noise level constitutes a noise violation, outlines how those violations will be handed out and enforced, and allows the county liquor commissions to revoke or suspend a liquor license, deny the application, renewal, or transfer of a license, or withhold issuance of a license when the licensee applicant fails to take corrective action to address noise complaints and violations. The chairs, having conferred on this one, recommend that it pass with technical, non-substantive amendments that were recommended by SMA. Any questions or concerns, members? If not, for CPN, noting the excused absence of Senator Nishihara and Senator Riviere, any no votes, reservations? Reservations for Senator Favela, thank you. Any others? If not, I votes for the remaining. Thank you, members. Chair.
Thank you. For JDC members on SB 2124, same recommendation to pass with amendments. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members passing with amendments, again, with all members present. Do you have reservations for Senator Favela on this measure?
Reservation.
Okay, any other members with reservations or no votes? Seeing none, Chair, all other members vote aye, recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
The next item on our agenda is, thank you all members. The next item on the agenda is 2749, Senate Draft 1, that came to us from the Committee on Health. This is also relating to noise, prohibits commercial vehicles from making pickups from or deliveries to business establishments during certain times of the day and within certain proximity of single-family residents in the performance of the vehicle's pickup or delivery. Exempts commercial vehicles operating in response to an emergency situation, establish fines. It has a effective date. It was introduced by Chair Keohoko Kalole. Any questions or comments, members? The recommendation is to pass unamended.
Chair,
Yes,
Chair, does it also exempt rubbish trucks too? Sorry.
these are the only exemption that I see are for commercial vehicles operating in response to an emergency. And this was recommended by the City and County Department of Design and Construction testimony, and it has a defective date. But no, I don't see an exemption for garbage trucks.
Okay.
Sure.
Chair, I can WR.
Okay. Okay, any, for CPN, any other reservations or no votes?
Reservation.
Reservations for Senator Favela? Any others? Noting,
Reservations for decoy.
I have you, Senator.
Okay, thanks, Chair.
You were the first one I put down. Okay, so reservations for Senator Decoy and Senator Favela. We have Senator Nishihara and Riviere excused, all others voting aye. Did I get that right? Okay, thank you, members. Senator
that-
Rhodes?
For JDC, same recommendation, pass unamended on SB 2749. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members passing unamended. Again, with all members present, are there any, noting the reservations of Senator Favela, are there any other members with reservations or no votes? Recommendation adopted.
Thank you, members. The next item on our agenda is Senate Bill 2282 relating to abortion care. This clarifies that access to abortion care is inclusive of all pregnant people in the state, repeals a criminal penalty for violations of certain abortion provisions, clarifies that advanced practice registered nurses may provide abortion care. There are no texts on this one, and the chair recommends that we pass it unamended. Any questions or concerns, members? For CPN, noting the excused absence of Senators Nishihara and Riviere. Any members voting no?
No vote for me.
Thank you, Senator. Any with reservations? Hearing none, measures adopted.
For JDC members, same recommendation on SB 2282 unamended. Any questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members passing unamended, are there any members with reservations? Any members voting opposition?
No.
Oh,
I have
no for
no-
me.
Thank you. I have no votes for Senators Gabbard and Favela. All other members vote aye. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you, members. Let's move on to the next item on our agenda. This is Senate Bill 2442, Senate Draft 1, relating to physician assistants. Streamlines the record review process for PAs to include review of physician assistants prescriptions for controlled substances. Any questions or concerns? The recommendation is to pass this measure with technical non-substantive amendments recommended by SMA. Noting the excused absence of Senator Nishihara and Riviere, are there any reservations or no votes from members on CPN? If not, thank you, members. Measures adopted.
For JDC members on SB 2442, same recommendation with amendments. Questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members passing with amendments, are there any reservations or no votes? Chair recommendation adopted.
Thanks.
Thank you. Next item is Senate Bill 2680, Senate Draft 1, relating to health. This authorizes advanced practice registered nurses in addition to physicians to practice medical aid in dying in accordance with their scope of practice and prescribing authority. Authorized licensed psychiatric mental health nurse practitioners, clinical nurse specialists, and marriage and family therapists, in addition to psychiatrists, psychologists, and clinical social workers, to provide counseling to a qualified patient. Strengthens non-disclosure protections, reduces the mandatory waiting period between oral requests from 20 days to 15 days, waives the mandatory waiting period for those terminally ill and not expected to survive the mandatory waiting period. The recommendation on this measure is this came to us from the Kapuna Caucus, to pass with technical, non-substantive amendments that were identified by SMA. So the recommendation is to pass with amendments. Any questions or comments from CPN members? JDC?
Did you guys, yeah, any questions or concern, members? Okay,
Okay, the recommendation is to pass Senate Bill 2680 with amendments. Any reservation or no votes from members on CPN?
No vote for me, please.
Thank you. No vote for Senator Favela. Reservations from any members on CPN? If not, I'll cast an aye vote for all the other members present. Recommendation for CPN is adopted. Chair Rhodes?
thank you. Next, for JDC members, same recommendation, SB 2680 with text. Already asked for questions or concerns. Senator Keokuole for the vote.
Members passing with amendments, and again, noting all members of the committee present. I have no vote for Senator
No
Favela.
vote.
Any other members in opposition or with reservations?
Reservations.
I have reservations for Senator Kim and a no vote for Senator Gabbard. Chair, all other members vote aye. Recommendation
You
adopted.
got mine on, Jared. You got my
Yeah,
no vote.
he announced you.
Thank you.
Thank you, members. I neglected to note that Senators Nishihara and Revere were excused on that one. The next item on our agenda is Senate Bill 2032, Senate Draft 1. This requires direct-to-consumer genetic testing companies to adhere to certain requirements pertaining to its collection, use, and disclosure of genetic data, provides that any violation of the act is deemed to be an unfair and deceptive trade practice in violation of Section 480-2 Hawaii Revised Statutes. The recommendation is to pass this measure that came to us from Health with tech amendments. Any questions or concerns? If not, noting the excused absence of Senators Nishihara and Revere, Chair will cast an aye vote for the other members present. So
Okay.
for CPN, it passes.
For JDC members on SB 2032 with text, with amendments, any questions or concerns? If not, Vice Chair.
Members passing with amendments, are there any reservations or no votes? Seeing none, recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you, members. The next item is Senate Bill 2460, Senate Draft 1, relating to nurses, allows for temporary permits to be issued to registered nurses and licensed practical nurses from a territory or foreign country that are seeking a state license by endorsement. It has a defective date. The recommendation is to pass with tech amendments. Any questions or concerns from CPN members? Recommendation is to pass with tech amendments, noting the excused absence of Senators Nishihara and Riviere. Are there any reservations or no votes from CPN members on this measure? If not, I'll cast an aye vote for the members present. Thank you.
For JDC members, same recommendation on SB 2460 with amendments. Questions or concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
Members passing with amendments, noting all members present, are there any reservations or no votes? Chair, all members vote aye, recommendation adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next item on our agenda is Senate Bill 2880 relating to home health care. Prohibits an increase in fees charged by providing home health services during the pendency of an emergency proclamation or state of emergency concerning a public health pandemic on the sole basis that the patient receiving the services requires that the home health care service provider be vaccinated against the underlying disease causing the emergency. The recommendation is to pass unamended. Are there any questions, comments, concerns from CPN members? If not, noting the excused absence of Senators Nishihara and Riviere, any no votes, any reservations from CPN members? Seeing none, I'll cast an aye vote for all of the CPN members present. Chair Rhodes?
Thank you. Same recommendation for JDC members unamended for SB 2880. Questions or concerns? Seeing none, Senator Keokulole.
Members voting on SB 2880, noting again all members present, are there any reservations or no votes? Chair, recommendation adopted.
Thank you. The last item on the agenda is a JDC lead. This is SB 2269. This repeals the authorization for the governor to negotiate with any person for the development or expansion of private in-state correctional facilities, prohibits the establishment of private correctional facilities within the state. That's the gist of it. Here is to pass with an amendment. I do have prior concurrence from the previous chair, Senator Nishihara, to make it so that it would prohibit prisons owned or operated by a private company. Right now, the language just says operated by a private company. And we'll also put in a bad date, July 30, 2075. That's as you're all aware, this is a controversial, longstanding issue. So that's the recommendation. Any questions or concerns? If not, Senator Keokulole for the vote.
Members voting on SB 2269, noting again the presence of all members of the committee, are there any reservations? Any no votes? Senator Ocasio?
So, I'm sorry, it was a no on reservation. Reservations. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Chair, recommendation adopted.
All right. Thank you. I'll pass it to Senator Baker.
Thank you. Same recommendation to members on CPN on Senate Bill 2269, pass with amendments. Noting the excused absence of Senators Riviere and Nishihara, are there any reservations or objections from members on the call? Seeing and hearing none, I'll cast an aye vote for the other members. Measure is adopted.
Thank you very
And
much.
I believe that brings us to the end of our agenda. Is that correct, Senator?
That's correct, sir, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, members, for joining in. Appreciate your attendance and your votes, participation. We are adjourned.